Hi, many people ask me how should I implement Google Tag Manager into a WordPress website. So to answer that, I especially created this video. Hey there, we're back. So it wouldn't be an in-depth video for Google Tag Manager, because I guess that if you watch it, you know what it's all about. Instead, we're going to show you the two main ways how to implement the Google Tag Manager's container into a WordPress website. First, we look into our website's page, and we need the website's access into a WordPress. First, we need a website with access to the website, which says this page. That will implement our containers. Second, we need the Google Tag Manager's container. We'll show you how to make an account and a Tag Manager's container. Third element, we take the Google Analytics. The Google Analytics code, we will implement it into the Tag Manager's container, and all of this would be in the website. The fourth element that I want you to know is the Google Tag Assistant. It's a free tool from Google, and it relies on the Chrome browser. There we can see all tags that implemented via Google. Okay, let's get to work. Now we see our website's editor. I'll show you the first way how to implement it. It will be via code. It's a bit techy, but don't worry, not too complicated. Now let's see how we did it. First, we'll go into the Google Tag Manager, and now we'll create a new account. We choose the account's name. It would be Illnet. You could choose for every company you have or representing a new account, and for each website you would choose a different container. Our container's name would be Illnet1 as for our websites. Here we choose that it is for a web, and then we accept all terms. Yes, we agree. A few seconds, let it upload, and here it is, the container is ready. We see that it is made of two sections, the first and second, and I'll show you where to put it. We go back to our website. Inside the website, we go into Appearance, Theme Editor, and this is our website's code, so don't mess it unless you know what to do. Let it a few seconds until it uploads. And here it is. Let's find our file that we need to update. The theme header, it's a header PHP, that's the file. We have two parts, two sections, the head and the body. The first section of the Google Tag Manager we'll put in the header, and the second one on the body. So let's get to Google Tag Managers. You get the first part of the container, click copy, and we move it here on the most upper section, or the head. Copy, paste, That was the first part. And the second part would be to copy the body section. Let's copy the body section. Don't miss any letter. And let's paste it as much closer to the opening body tag. Paste it. Let's update file. Unless we click update file, nothing would be saved. Let's see if it's working. This is our site. We would refresh it and see. How could we know that it is well implemented or not? That's why we use the Google Tag Assistant. Let's show how we could use it and how do we put it into our Chrome browser. Let's type in Google Tag Assistant. The first result, click on it and install it onto the Chrome web browser. That's the way. When we install it, we would see the sign, the blue sign there, and now we're in our tab. Click on Tag Assistant, enable it, and nothing happens because every time we need to refresh it for the changes to appear. Voila! We see the white sign of the Google Tag Assistant, of the yellow sign, and we see our container's number. That's our container number. Let's see. Yes, it is. That's our container. Great. Now you may ask, what's the meaning of the yellow sign? The reason for it is because we haven't yet published our container. Let's see. Our Google Tag Manager's container isn't yet submitted, but we haven't yet implemented any of the code inside it. So let's see how we implement the Google Analytics tag inside. So we go to Google Analytics and create a new account. For each account, like for each company that you represent, you can take any number of properties, and any property would be inside any Google Tag Manager's container. Property and container. So our container is init1, same as our property. We can choose a category, destination, the country we're in, and it's up to you if you want to let Google track your activities or not, or to share data. It's up to you, it doesn't really matter. Okay, get tracking code. And let's see. Wait a few seconds. Here it is, our tracking code. You see another section. This complete code is JavaScript. If you don't want to use Google Tag Manager, so use that one. But we have the container, so you only need this tracking code. Let's copy it. Go into Google Tag Manager in our container and create a new tag. Our new tag name, we will name it Universal Analytics. Let's configure it, and we choose the first one is the analytics. Press it. It will appear on every page when a page uploads, because the first time we'd use it, we'd click the Google Analytics variable, and here we paste our tracking ID. Click Save. The last thing you need to choose is the trigger. when should we fire, and we know we want to fire on all pages. Each page load would be tracked by this Google Analytics code. Click Save, and here we have the Google Analytics code inside our Google Tag Manager's container. Now we can click Submit. Give it a meaningful name for this version and describe what you did, because in a few weeks you wouldn't remember what you did and if it was correct or not. Click Publish and see the container on air. Now we see one tag there. Alright, let's get back into our website. We see in the tag system nothing happened yet, and you know why? Because we have to refresh it. Click Refresh, and here we go. Now we see our two codes inside the tag assistant inside our website. The Google Tag Manager container and the Google Analytics. Here it is. Great! That was the first way how to implement the Google Tag Manager into a WordPress website via code. And now we see the second way, more elegant way, via plugin. So first, let's delete what we made on the first step. We'll delete the body and the head, all code, and update it so we could clean start the second way. Let's get back into our website and we'll see if these tags are firing or not. Voila, we don't have any code there, so we know we deleted it as we wanted. Now let's see how to do it via plugin. We would recommend it because it's more clean way, and it has a few more options available for much broader tracking. Go into plugins, click New, and type Tag Manager. The first result would be Do-It-Yourself Thomas Google Tag Manager for WordPress by Thomas Geiger. Click Install, wait a few seconds, and activate it. Now we see it appears. Click Setting, and here we could paste our Google Containers code number. As simple as it. Let's get back into Google Tag Manager. Go into our container and see where our code is. This is our code. If we press it, we could see both parts. We don't need it now. We only need this number. Copy it. Get back to our website, to the plugin, paste it, and now I want to talk about the 4 options that are below. Normally you would use the first option because it's much cleaner. It's much preferable because you don't need to deal with any code inside the WordPress site. The second one involves a little tweak into Google, a little tweak in your WordPress website. The third and the fourth, only if you really know what to do, you would use it. Now I'll show you how to use the second one. Okay, the code below, you would copy it completely, only this one. Don't miss any letter or it won't work. Press copy and save the settings to the plugin. Actually now the plugin works. We'll show you later. Click on Appearance, Theme Editor, as we did before, and again we will look for the same file that we looked for before. Go to the header file, and now into the body section, the most upper place, paste it. only the code we copied from the plugin. Update the file. And let's see what happens. It should be all well. Go back to our website, click on the tag assistant, nothing there yet, and you know why? Because we need to refresh it. Click refresh. Voila! The two codes are there. The Google Tag Manager containers code and the Google Analytics. To summarize, we have two main ways to implement Google Tag Manager into a WordPress website. One via code, second via plugin. The next video will be an in-depth of Google Tag Manager and various codes. Thank you for watching.